Hi students, Santosh here. Today I am going to deliver my lecture number 2nd on irrigation engineering and which includes the water requirement of the crops. This is very important chapter as far as irrigation engineering is concerned, and also it is important for Maharashtra Engineering Services, Maharashtra Public Service Commission examinations. It is also very important for degree as well as diploma level students, and also useful for the young engineers as well as experienced engineers to brush up their knowledge. So I am again requesting to those who have not subscribed my channel, I am requesting again to subscribe my channel, and also I am thankful to all subscribers who subscribe my channel and also watching my channel regularly. So let us start my lecture number 2 on water requirement of the crops. So what is the term crop water requirement? It is the total quantity and the way in which crop requires water from time it is sown to time it is harvested. Means मराठीत सांगायचं झालं तर बियाणं पेरल्यापासून पीक उगवेस्तवरचा जो कालावधी आहे आणि त्या कालावधीत जे पाणी त्या पिकाला लागतं आणि ज्या पद्धतीने आपण पाणी त्या पिकाला देतो त्या पद्धतीला वॉटर रिक्वायरमेंट्स ऑफ क्रॉप्स असं संबोधलं जातं. द वॉटर रिक्वायरमेंट विल व्हेरी विथ द क्रॉप्स ॲज वेल ॲज विथ द प्लेस अँड सीझन. If the type of crop is different, the water requirement is different. If the place is different, the rainfall is different and water requirement is different. And also the season. In rainy season, the requirement of water is less, of course. And in summer season, the requirement of water is more due to temperature. So, the following factor affect the total water requirement of the crops. First is the type of soil, second is the type of crop, third is the sunshine, temperature and humidity. These are the environmental factors or weather factors. Then rainfall and wind, method of cultivation and management. These are the factors which affects the water requirement of the crop. In short, we can remember by SCST, HR means human resources and WCM. So what is S? S is the type of soil. What is C? Type of crop. What is S? Sunshine. What is T? That is temperature. What is H? That is humidity. What is R? That is rainfall. What is W? That is wind. What is C? That is method of cultivation. And what is M? That is management. These are the factors affecting the water requirement of the crop. So this table is very important as far as irrigation in the Maharashtra is concerned. These are the cropping seasons and crops in Maharashtra, and all the time MPSC there is a question on cropping season and crops in Maharashtra. First season you know that which is now coming to end, that is Kharif season. It starts from 15 June and ends on 14th October, and base period in the days. We are dealing the base period and crop period separately after describing this table. Okay, so the weather in this season June to October is warm and humid, and common crops are the rice, jawar, cotton, tur, groundnut, maize and bajri. These are the commonly sown crops in the Kharif season. Then Rabi season also. The jawar is in Kharif season in some area and in Rabi season in most of the Solapur side area. And that Rabi season starts on 14th October and ends on the 14th February. The hurda, the famous hurda is there, which is obtained from the jawar. And the base period is 120 days. And weather is in Rabi season cool and dry. And the crops common crops in this season are the wheat, gram, linseed, mustard and dhana, etc. Then hot weather crops. The season starts from 15 February to 14 June. That is hot weather. That is base period is 120 days. The season is hot and dry, and vegetable and rice. are termed as a hot weather crops. Then 8 monthly, that are the 8 monthly season starts on 15th of June and which is consisting of Kharif season plus Rabbi season, so it is 8 monthly and ends on 14th of February. The base period is twice than that of Kharif and Rabbi season, that is 225, and weather is warm, humid and sometimes cool, and common crops are tobacco, cotton, tur and garlic, kapus, lasun, tambaku ityadi. Then perennial season. Perennial means barmahi season, that is 12 months crop. The season starts on 15th of June and ends on 14th of June, that is 360 days period. The temperature combination of warm, humid, cool, dry, hot, dry temperatures, and common crops are the sugarcane, then banana, etc. So you must remember this table. This table is very important, and definitely certain questions are asked in the competitive type of examinations for cropping season and crops in Maharashtra. Then we are discussing some important definitions. These definitions are also important as far as irrigation engineering is concerned. The first is duty. The unit of duty is hectare per cumex, means area divided by volume. Area is measured in the hectares and volume is expressed in meter cube per second, and which is termed as a cumex. So what is the duty? Duty, it is the area in hectares. It is the area in hectares. It is the area of farm or agricultural land in hectares irrigated by 1 cubic meter per second of water, means 1 cumex of water supplied continuously throughout the crop period for a particular crop. So it is called as a duty or a flow duty, and it is expressed in hectares per cumex. The definition itself indicates it is the area in hectares, and it is required to be irrigated by 1 cumex of the water supplied continuously throughout the crop period. We are going to discuss the difference between base period and crop period in my latter section of this lecture. Okay, and it is expressed in hectare per cumex. If 1 cumex of water is supplied continuously to the rice field throughout the crop period, we will be able to mature about 850 hectares of rice. Means if 1 cumex water supplied continuously to the particular area, that area of 850 hectares of rice is there, or we are able to mature that 850 hectares of the rice, then the duty of irrigation water for the rice crop is 850 hectares per cumex on the field. Means first we are going to describe the area to be irrigated by that 1 cumex of the water, that is 850, and divided by 850 hectares divided by cumex, we get the duty. Okay, so I think the term duty is clear to the all students or engineers. Then second important term is delta. What is delta? It is the depth of water, or it is total depth of water in centimeter. It is in centimeter, you must remember, required by a crop to come to maturity. The depth of each watering is usually 6 centimeter to 10 centimeter depending upon the type or kind of crop. So what is delta? It is the depth of water in centimeter required to come to that particular crop to maturity. Thus, rice crop requires 10 centimeter depth of water after interval of every 10 days during its crop period, which is about 120 days. In all, about 12 watering and 120 centimeter depth of water is required to bring the rice crop to the maturity. Hence, delta of that rice crop is 12 centimeter, and 12 days multiplied by 10 centimeter, that is 120 centimeter. So this is about the delta. So I think the term delta is also get clear. Then we are discussing about the crop period. The crop period is usually greater than base period. So what is the crop period? It is a period in number of days a crop takes from the instant of its sowing to that instant of harvesting. मराठीत स्पष्ट सांगायचं झालं तर बियाणं पेरल्यानंतर आपण जेव्हा पिकाची कापणी करतो म्हणजे सुगी करतो त्या दिवसापर्यंतचे म्हणजे तेवढे दिवस म्हणजेच क्रॉप पिरियड असं आपल्याला म्हणता येईल. अँड इट डिपेंड्स अपॉन the type of crop, season, soil and weather. So I think the term crop period is clear to all my dear students. Okay. Then we are going to describe the base period. Base period is also period in days from first watering at the time of sowing to the last watering at the time of harvesting. Means base period is the period of first watering after sowing and last watering before harvesting. Means the base period is usually less than that of crop period. It is the period in which water provided for the irrigation. The base period is different for the each crop for each season. In Maharashtra, the base period are for Kharif crops it is 123 days, for Rabi crops it is 120 days, and for hot weather crops it is 120 days. Okay. Then we are going to discuss about the command area. What is the command area? The area on the downstream side of the project to which water can reach by gravity is termed as a command area. Means the downstream portion of the irrigation tank or a dam or any irrigation structure, the area which lies on the downstream side and where water can be reached by the gravity, such a downstream area is termed as a command area. Then we are going to discuss the gross command area. It is the total area lying between the drainage boundaries which can be commanded or irrigated by drainage system. Means there are some drainage system or some rivers are there, some canals are there, some nalas are there, and that area which is bounded in between that nalas on the downstream side of that particular project or irrigation structure is termed as a gross command area. Then what is culturable command area? It is the total area which can be brought under cultivation is culturable command area. Name itself indicates the culturable. So command area which is culturable, or it is the total command area which is culturable brought under cultivation means culturable. That CCA, culturable command area, is equal to gross command area minus unculturable area. The why area is uncultured because of high elevation or because of topography. So from above explanation, the GCA is greater than CCA and that CCA is greater than ICA. So what is the ICA we are going to discuss? ICA is the irrigation commanded area, that is ICA. ICA is the part of CCA which can be irrigated. All the CCA cannot be irrigated because of topography or high elevation points. Okay. So I think this term also might get clear. Then we are going to discuss the intensity of irrigation, that is II. It is the percentage of culturable or irrigable area actually irrigated in a particular season. Suppose the cultivable area is 1000 hectares and intensity of irrigation in Kharif season is 60% and in Rabi season it is 40%. So in Kharif season 60% of 1000 hectare comes out to be 600 hectares and for Rabi season 40% area comes out to be 400 hectares. So intensity of irrigation in Kharif season is 600 hectares and that intensity of irrigation in Rabi season is 400 hectares. So intensity of irrigation is measured in hectares if the area is given in hectare. Then we are going to discuss the time factor. It is also important. It is the ratio of number of days the canal has actually runs to the number of days of irrigation period. Suppose irrigation period is 120 days and water is supplied 10 times or 12 times, then the ratio between that 12 days and 120 days is termed as a time factor, and water requirement of the canal means its capacity should be multiplied by time factor so as to obtain the design capacity. That is also important. Then capacity factor. What is the capacity factor? It is the ratio of mean supply discharge. We termed this as the Q mean to the full capacity discharge, that is Q max. It is the ratio of discharge mean to maximum discharge. So ratio of mean discharge to maximum discharge is termed as a capacity factor. And there is one relation between duty, delta and base period, and that relationship is D, that is duty is equal to 8.64 B divided by delta, and it is derived in various books, and that derivation is also important, but I am not going to derive here. But you must remember this relationship to solve some numerical problems. The relationship D is equal to 8.64 B upon delta, and that relationship is very important. Okay. Then we are going to discuss the factors affecting the duty. What are the different factors affecting the duty? You know the duty, that is the area in hectares required to be irrigated by 1 cumex of water supplied continuously throughout the crop period. Means if water requirement is more, there will be a less duty. If water requirement is less, there will be a more duty. So water requirement and duty are inversely proportional. That is very important. The crop requiring more water will have less duty, and one requiring less water will have more duty. Means inversely proportional. What inversely proportional? Water requirement of crops and duty. And that factors affecting the duty are the kind of crop, that season, useful rainfall, type of soil, method of irrigation, method of tilling, canal conditions, place of measurement and mode of assessment. Area wise assessment is there, and volumetric assessment is also there for the water. So these methods also affect the duty. So one must remember all these factors which are affecting the duty: kind of crop, season, useful rainfall, type of soil, method of irrigation, method of tilling, canal condition, place of measurement and mode of assessment. Okay. Then we are going to discuss the method of improving duty. Proper method of applying water, sprinkler, furrow and corrugation or dip. These methods affect the duty. Okay. Then proper tilling of farms. If farm is properly tilled, then it affects or it improves the duty. Training farmers to use the water economically. If water is used economically, it improves the duty. Lining of canal and proper maintenance of the canal system, it improves the duty. Means area to be irrigated is more. Using appropriate variety of manure and seed, we can improve the duty. Improve the duty means water requirement, we can use the less water to irrigate the more area of land, and that is very important, and that is method of improving duty. Use of appropriate variety of manure and seed, assessing irrigation water on volumetric basis in spite of area basis, and volumetric method of assessment should be used. It should be compulsory, and these are the methods to improve the duty. Then we are going to discuss the assessment of irrigation water. Why this assessment is required? Because water which has been supplied for irrigation to the farmers is at government expenses. Some nominal charges must be there to be levied from the farmers for using this water, known as irrigation cess. The return on the capital investment is based on estimate of such a water charges. A knowledge of same is therefore very essential for the engineers. It depends upon the capital invested on the structures and canal system, and that money should be returnable to the government within certain specified period or within some return period. The reason for which the charges are levied on the farmers: to recover the cost of construction of project, to recover the maintenance cost of various work and staff, to collect some revenue for the nation also, to check the cultivators or farmers against uneconomical and careless use of water. So assessment must be there. जो चीज़ आपको फुकट में मिलेगी उसका आपको मज़ा नहीं आएगा, लेकिन जो चीज़ का आप पैसा देंगे वाह वाह आपको उसी से पैसा मिलेगा, ये ध्यान में रखो कभी भी. सो द मेथड ऑफ असेसमेंट यार द असेसमेंट ऑन द एरिया बेसिस और क्रॉप रेट बेसिस, volumetric assessment as discussed earlier, assessment on seasonal basis, composite rate basis and permanent assessment. These are the 5 methods of assessment. Composite rate basis means season plus volumetric assessment or area wise assessment. So we are going to describe these methods one by one. First of all, comparison between the area basis and volumetric basis. That is very important. Area basis, the water charges are based on the actual area or land under cultivation. Volumetric basis, charges are laid on the volume of water utilized by a farmer or cultivator. Area basis, possibility of uneconomical use and wastage of water, because water is not actually measured but the land is measured. But in volumetric basis there will not be a wastage of water. That is very important. Area basis, no need of water meter because water is not measured, but volumetric basis installation of water meter is required. And for area basis, unequal use of water, or water may be used haphazardly or in uneven basis, but in volumetric basis it may result in extension of irrigation area. That is very important. So one may adopt volumetric basis assessment, and that is very important. Then assessment on seasonal basis. The rate of assessment is based on the type of crop grown in particular tract during the certain crop season. This method is not used in India, but in other countries, if you grow the tobacco, the rate is different. But if you grow the jawar or rice, the rate is different. That assessment is called as a assessment on seasonal basis, or assessment is kharif season is more than that of rabi season. Like that assessment is based on particular season, and such assessment are called as assessment on seasonal basis. Then composite rate basis, this method is combination of water charges and the land revenue. Some states collect both the revenues together in India, so it is the combination of the two methods. Then permanent assessment or betterment levy basis. The cultivator or farmers in the particular area may have their own source of water supply and may not use the water from the canal. In such a situation, the farmers of the area are levied at fixed rate for every year due to such provision. Such a levy is known as a betterment levy. Okay. And for more details and for more notes, you may please contact my administrator. His mobile number is given here, and you may contact me on my email ID for some clarifications, or if you like to contact me, you write me an email also. So once again, I am congratulating the students and engineers and also other people who subscribe my channel, and requesting others to subscribe my channel for MES, MPSC mains, competitive type of examinations, as well as diploma in civil engineering, degree in civil engineering, and all other interested persons to subscribe my channel. So thanking you and good night. Bye bye. See you. Bye.